Hello, viewers, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, Episode 43, Enemies, Part 8. I'm Nikodas.
I'm Gribog.
You sure you're around here, Gribog?
I'm hiding. I'm over there. You
You're
can't
stealthed,
see
right?
me. Yeah, I've cloaked. That's what they call it in Star Trek. Is cloak. It's not stealth.
Or in the case of the Jem'Hadar, shrouded.
Yes.
Gotta love the personal cloaking devices on the Jem'Hadar.
So
All
how's
right,
your week been?
Oh, you beat me to it.
Haha.
My week has been very, very interesting. Both of our vehicles here at the house have needed repairs. So that's kind of been a thing. But other than that, work has kept me busy and gaming has been few and far between. Although I did reactivate my old SWOTOR account. So I've been hanging out in a galaxy far, far away a little bit.
Now that
It's fun.
SWOTOR is a paid subscription service, right?
It is not.
It's
They have
not.
gone freemium.
Oh. Maybe
They actually.
I've had
they
people
actually
try to
run a-
convince me to come and join them, but I don't know. I have so many games, so little
Yeah,
time.
I'm in that same boat, but my time in SWOTOR this past week has been a lot of fun. I am preferred status because I used to be paid back in the day. So there's a few extra perks I get, but you can totally play it as a free. They run very similar to STO, where a lot of the stuff, if you buy something, a lot of it is cosmetic. But if you buy something, it automatically bumps you up to preferred status. So there's that too. Subscribers do enjoy, much like lifetime subs, subscribers enjoy a monthly stipend, but I don't know how much it is. And I haven't quite figured out. They use cartel coins as their Zen, and I haven't quite figured out like what an individual coin is worth. Like, is it $1? Is it a penny? Whatever. I haven't figured that out yet. But yeah, that's been fun. What about you, Gribog? What you been up to?
I have my parents here. They are, well, they came in on the Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. They came in last week. Been hanging out, spending some time with them. They had been in Florida. They're making their way back towards their home in Indiana. They like to winter in Florida, and then typically, I guess now the trend is going to be on their way home in spring. They will head by here, since I am sort of on the way. Not really, but you know, it basically, instead of taking the diagonal of a triangle, they go like due north and then they go due west. So, but
Yeah, it's kind of sort of on the way, I guess.
yeah, I was like, it's sort of along. It depends on the path you take, you know.
But it's nice of them to visit you. They haven't forgotten you, despite the fact that you moved several states away.
They like to visit in spring-ish time. I mean, sometimes it's later in spring, but you know.
Well, and good for them for still traveling, even with the pandemic still raging and whatnot. So,
well, they have been vaccinated, so it's less risky for them, I guess. You know.
I get vaccinated tomorrow morning. That should be fun.
And cool. Are you doing the one shot or two shotter?
That's a good question. I'm hoping for the one shot for the Johnson & Johnson, but when I signed up for it, even though the place I signed up has the Johnson & Johnson, it did not let me choose that as an option on the website. So I will talk to them in the morning. If I have to get the other one, it will be Pfizer. So I'll either be House Pfizer or House Johnson & Johnson.
Okay, well. Getting vaccinated is good, you know.
Yep. We'll see how that goes. All right, so this week in STO, actually, tomorrow ends several events and starts a new one, but this has actually been a fairly busy week in STO. Let's see here. We had a bonus dilithium event that ends tomorrow. We had a Galaxy Goes to Red alert ends tomorrow. That was offering a, specialization point, ultimate tech upgrade, and an experimental ship upgrade. There is a buyout option on that. If you weren't able to participate in this and you still want those prizes, you can buy it out until tomorrow morning. The buyout is $900 or $9. That's
it
US
depends
dollars.
on your progress. Mine is 900 right now because I only made it halfway or 40% of the way through. So
okay. So
I think,
yours was the.
I think if I were because it looks like it says 1,500 on the overall price if you did not do anything.
There you
go.
So thank you.
Yeah.
That'd be $15.
Yeah.
Anyway, excuse me there. Let's see what else. They added 2 new ships to the game. They added the Jovian Heavy Raider to the Infinity Lockbox, and they added the Quegian Pilot Escort to the Angel's Wake Lockbox. I am not a huge fan of the Lockbox ships, but let me tell you, that Pilot Escort looks very, very impressive. And although it's a weird ship design, the way it reconfigures is really cool too. So, hey, check that out if you like the lockboxes. Let's see. We still have another couple weeks, about a week and a half, I guess, on the Delta recruits. This is where you make a new character. You get to a certain point in the startup, and you become a Delta recruit. And then you can earn account level unlocks and special rewards for the character by playing the game. Just leveling, joining a fleet, working on your crafting, almost anything you can earn rewards just for playing the character. It's kind of fun. And I'm going to hand it over to Gribog and let him detail the new event starting tomorrow.
So the new event is kind of a combination of 2 TFOs that they have turned into an event. It has to do, it's called Tholian Trouble. So if you've played STO long enough, you probably know of these already. There is the Anzura Nebula Rescue and the Vault Ensnared. Those 2. They have reworked them. Apparently they did not like... They added some more graphics. They also fixed some things. And they even added some new features. So like in the Nebula Rescue, you can, I guess, look at the map. And it will show you on the map now what ships are where and their point values. So you don't have to try to guess what ships are where and what point values. Though they also have supposed to add in a bunch of beacons to help you find your way to the ships and whatnot. As for the Vault Ensnared, the Riemann ships that you will start off apparently now webbed, and you have to rescue them. The more you rescue, the better it'll help you in the long run. The more it's part of a bonus objective, and the more points and such you will get. Also, if you rescue every single Riemann ship, it will apparently, instead of waiting and waiting and waiting for you to time out, it will just kick on to the next stage, so you don't have to wait. So that is definitely a benefit. I think in past, Nikodas and I have rescued Riemann ships, and like, now what? Oh yeah, we gotta wait for the timer. That's silly. They have fixed it. Though the reward is a interesting console. It's called the Tholian Web Array. It's a universal console, so you can put it in any slot. If you're going to do Tetryon damage, this is probably going to be the console for you. It is like many of the other phaser or plasma, or it has boosts to Tetryon weapon damage, and it's got a bunch of the stats on it look really good for a Tetryon build. So definitely worth looking into. And as normal, there's going to be 25,000 dilithium, and you're going to get 2 of the featured reward boxes, which I don't remember what exactly is in those now. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't either. I would have to look that one up.
It said
That's
TFO reward boxes, which is why I went, huh. I was like, because to me that was typically just the reward.
Marks. Yeah.
Well, marks and also R&D stuff.
Oh, right, the crafting stuff. Yeah. I don't know. We'll wait and see how that goes. We'll figure it out for this one, and then be able to know for the future when they say that. Let's see. We personally are also hosting an event right after the show, starting tonight. You guys can come and join us in game, fly along with us. I am at Nikodas, and Grebog is at Real Gribog. So feel free to look us up in game. We'll fly around, do some TFOs. If there's a current event, which there isn't right now, or it's ending right now, so we'll run whatever people need marks for. But like next week, we would run the Tholian Trouble stuff to try and get people through that and teach how to run those TFOs. So if you're interested, look us up in game, friend us. We'll send you an invite. And again, I'm at Nikodas. That's Nikodas, and Gribog is at Real Gribog.
Not the fake one.
Is there a fake one? I might have to look that up and see if there's a fake one running around. That would be funny.
I have theories. Well, I have theories about why there's an at Gribog out there. I think I, at one point in time, created an account and then lost my information for the account, and so I am now at Real Gribog. Though there has been somebody out there that does also use Gribog for things now. I think they started using it about 2010-ish, even though I've been using mine since 1996.
Oh, your age is showing there a little bit.
I used it as soon as I got on the internet. Yo.
Right. All right. So let's jump into our primary target here today. That's going to be our enemies. These are the enemies that show up following the Iconians. So the Iconian War has ended. Yay for the good guys. And then we jump right into this next group. Collectively, this group is called the Temporal Liberation Front. There are several members. First and foremost are the Krenim. The Krenim are the guys that were introduced in the episode of Voyager called Year of Hell. They use temporal-based weaponry. They even have their big ship even has the ability to erase things from time, including planets or planetary systems. On the ground, the Krenim are fairly basic enemies. They use Polaron weaponry, but they don't really have any special traits or ways that they fight. In space, they also use Polaron weapons, but they have a special ability called Temporal Tethers, has a 5-kilometer range, and deals Polaron damage over time. Can also freeze you in place. It's, tether like a rope. I'll let you do the next enemy there, Gribog.
The not cool. Everyone's favorite. On ground, both space and ground, they use plasma weapons, but they also on ground have crawlers. These are the crawler mines, I believe, that you're mentioning. Yep. Yeah. I was like, you can actually get these for yourself if you so desire, which I have some crawler swarm here. They will, when they explode, they leave gas behind and a fairly large area, so you got to be careful of those and stay out of the gas. They have some temporal abilities that makes fighting them, I guess one way would say it is weird, because they will be kind of, if you could think of I was gonna just say a displacer cloak, but they're out of phase. That you see like various phases of them, and it's kind of hard to shoot them.
And you have to take out the duplicates before you can take them out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in space, again, plasma weapons, but they do a radiation cloud. So another thing to watch out for while flying around. Don't fly into it. And again, they have the temporal abilities. They make copies just like they do on the ground. So you got to take those out, or it gets messy.
I didn't put down on there, but they also have a forward-based AOE attack, like a cone in front of the ship.
That red beam cone thing.
Yep. And if you get hit by that, you'll take pretty heavy damage. So want to avoid that.
Definitely avoid that.
And I did not put that on our list, so shame on me.
Shame on you.
Another group that is part of this Temporal Liberation Front are the Terran Empire. Admiral Lita really, really likes these guys for some reason. On the ground, the enemies are fairly basic. They're very similar to fighting the Federation. They use phaser weapons, although in this case they're called Agony phaser weapons. I believe they have a very small percent chance of dealing a damage over time ability. I think that's why it's called Agony. Space is very much the same. They use Federation ships, and they use Agony phaser weapons. So nothing too outlandish there, unless you're fighting Lita herself. But depending on which mission you're running, she uses different tactics. You're up.
I'm up.
Yeah, you can do the next group.
The Vorgon. The Vorgon conclusion. Oh, I mean,
I almost suggested we run that, but I found a better episode to run.
So it's a boss fight only. Typically on ground, on ground, you don't get to run into them a whole lot. There are 2 bosses that you get to deal with. So that's a lot of the fight. So I wouldn't know how their peons are comparatively, because you don't get to deal with a lot of the peons, really.
No, really, I don't think you deal with any Vorgons. I know sometimes there are others there, but the only Vorgons I think are Boratus and Ajur.
Yeah. I was like, I was trying to remember the fights, and I was like, does any of the peons run in? Because sometimes you get to deal with peons, but I can't think of any. But yeah, space, they have Harasser Probes. The name kind of says a lot of it. They harass you.
And they hit really hard. I tried to fight them earlier today. That was a rough fight. Those Harasser Probes, they deal a fair bit of damage, and they just keep spawning. So if you don't take them out fast enough, they'll overwhelm you.
Having a decent AoE build sometimes could help in dealing with taking out massive quantities of Harasser Probes. So they also use tractor beams, which that's just more of a nuisance, not terrible of an ability, though with the Harasser Probes can kind of be make it a sticky situation. And they also use Tetryon Weapons for all the pew pew.
Yeah, well, and Tetryon has that thing about draining shields, which also, again, along with the Harasser Probes, is not fun.
Yeah. So then
so to show off these fights, I found a episode in the game called Temporal Reckoning that should highlight all of these enemies. So we're going to run that real quick for you guys. Do you need me to share it with you, Gribog?
I've got it. I'm transwarping now.
Oh, and I didn't look to see if this was a solo mission. Hopefully it's not.
Oh, hey, apparently I was already here.
You transwarped to your current location.
Don't mind me, people. I've been distracted with real life and such.
That's all right. I went ahead and hit
We've lost
begin
contact
mission,
with
so we'll see
Temporal
what
Fleet
happens
Command.
here.
No response to
Are we going to be
hails.
in a group?
Nothing.
Oh,
The
that's
envoy's Temporal
bad.
Liberation Front is behind us.
Did you already start it?
We're in trouble.
Hang on, I'll fix this. I will fix everything. I'm really bad about this.
I guess I could invite too. You know.
It's all right. It's all right. I got you.
Ah, you're on that character.
I am. I'm on my Delta. She needed to do this mission. All right, I'll try it now.
We've lost contact with Temporal Fleet Command. No response to
Temporal
hails.
Fleet Command.
Nothing. The envoy's Temporal Liberation Front is behind this. No response. We're in trouble.
Daniels has looked
We
better.
need to get to New Kittimer and assess the situation.
I don't know that. Oh, there we are. There
Be
you
ready for
are.
anything. There's no telling what could be waiting for us there.
Am I here?
Once we get the ops,
We're in mission together. Yay.
We weren't in the cutscene together, so I was a little worried.
Okay, so right off the bat here we have the Nakul ship. We'll see how this goes. And there's their temporal thing.
Yeah, they have temporal shields that are cool, I guess.
Then we have a Krenim battleship.
I do like how nice they made this mission. I don't know, just the graphics on this mission is pretty cool.
It's a nice big, like, watery planet, I guess. Snowy, watery, I don't know.
More Krenim.
Yep, I see them. These are just frigates. These guys are moving fast.
Well, also, I am a lot better geared than what I was when I first did this, and boy was this a pain then.
We might need to slow down a little bit so we can actually, you know, highlight these guys.
Here's some Vorgons. Here, I will fly in and watch. Doo-doo-doo.
There's the torpedoes. Let's see if we can get some Harasser probes out here.
Already got some harassers on me. That's where all these little beams are coming from.
And see, they just keep coming. Looks like we have 3 right now. Alright, let's take this guy out. Unlike a lot of ships that launch shuttles, the Harasser probes tend to go away if you take out the mothership.
Approach the temporal fleet.
Oh, now we get a beam down. Yay. We can bring Bashir. I'm okay with Bashir healing us.
Yeah, if he might not want to heal you though. He seems to be biased against you in the past.
Ain't that the truth? Well, I am a Romulan, you know. The whole betrayal thing and whatnot. Although I am a member of the Republic, I'm the good Romulans.
The good Romulans. Not to be confused with the bad Romulans.
Yeah, I was talking about that the other day. I mean, how many groups of Romulans do we have now?
I'm one of the good Andorians, not one of the bad Andorians.
I agree. There should be a command
Uh-oh, we're walking into a trap. It's a trap.
There should be a command level access console in what used to be the main assembly. We're going to have to find another way.
All right. Well, let's see what happens here. Pretty hallway here.
Coming from down the hall.
I do like that you can tell that some of these newer missions, because the graphics are way better in art on the maps. Like I really like what they did with the maps here.
Yeah, I like this map. Although there is an awful lot of places for enemies to show up. So we've got Krenim and Nakul all at once here.
Oh,
Enemy reinforcements beaming in at the transporter pads.
Oh, and we got Krenim.
So I put down this turret, this overcharged turret. It is one of the abilities, I think, from the Nakul, maybe? They have engineer types that will put down a very similar turret that will turn and do that cone.
We're missing an enemy somewhere.
According to this, it looks like he's around the corner.
Yep.
Or there's a pad
Let's
here.
try one of the consoles for the main doors over there.
There we go. It went.
So there, if you look behind me, there's a person that's doing multi-phasing. It's their temporal ability, makes them hard to see. They also had a mine explode. That's like, you get... We have kind of two things going on here. We have not cool. Oh, these are all not cool, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. I took out a crawler mine there. Okay, there we go. Now where'd Bashir get to?
I don't know, but all my people are dead. Or I guess unconscious.
I got Bashir up. Where's the other one?
In here.
There we go.
Someday I should like maybe invest in better gear for them.
Huh.
They don't have bad gear, it's just not great.
Nope, and here we go with that temporal distortion again. Oops. I hit the wrong answer to the puzzle there. Okay, so it's 36, 49, 64.
Come on, you've played enough No Man's Sky. You should be able to figure out puzzles like this.
There we go. Just took me a minute.
See, I like using crawler mines on this type of map to confuse everybody.
Hold your fire. I'd like a word with our guest. You've come so far. Done so very much.
And there's the Tuterians.
Time and again, you devastated worlds and civilizations.
He's looking as bad as
all in the name of
Daniels.
your
I know, right?
timeline. Today,
At one point in time, I wondered if they were, well, spoiler alert, I wondered if they were the same person.
will be Frino Krog, of course, and Boratus. But there's one more player to meet.
They did a little
before
temporal
the
thing
end.
like WoW did with the
Come in, my dear.
bronze
Join.
dragonflight.
Well, I mean, so many storylines have done a, hey, you know.
You're probably wondering why.
And
I'm
there's
here.
Lita.
Funny story. When Archer, our Archer, found the Defiant back in the 22nd century, there was a message in her computer. For my eyes only. It took a while to get to me, but it was worth the wait. It was from our gracious host, telling me that the Defiant wasn't an accident, but his gift. The gift of Empire. And an invitation to more.
I really don't
Seems
like
only
her, you
fair
know?
to repay such generosity with a gift of my own.
It's fine.
Enjoy.
And Daniel dies. Alright.
Terran Empire
I'm going to move on here. We don't want to ruin all the storylines for our viewers. And we have a boss fight. And they're blowing everything up. My guy's down.
Oh, Julian's down.
Okay, so here's Boratus. That's one of the Vorgons there. As you can see, lots of explosions, gas clouds. But I mean, that was a boss fight between a Nakul, Krog, and Boratus there. So Ajur isn't in this mission.
I have to get used to like Bashir being a hologram is just a thing on the floor.
Right? And now we go back to the ships for some more ship fun.
This is also the storyline that helps give you the information why the fleet has a research station.
Oh yeah, that too.
Well.
And now we've got Vorgon ships. Oh, caught in a tractor beam. I'm not done with you yet.
They're deadly nemesis.
These are Krenim ships. No, I'm sorry. These are cool ships. So we might get some distortions here too.
They have the nice red shields. They have all kinds of stuff and things.
That was a distortion frigate I just took out.
Oh, there's the beam. You want to get out of.
Luckily, we killed it fast enough before it could fire, so cheers. And we have a couple Wells class helping us now.
Oh, in a word.
Okay, now we got Krenim.
Here they have their spheres.
And now we have a Borg ship fighting for us.
To get rid of the sphere that it drains your energy, you have to take out the ship that's in the middle of that sphere.
You're slaughtering all my fighters, killer. Up for a real challenge. Comms, call our fleet. Now.
Ah, come on, I had that.
Captain Walker here. We'll be sure all the shipping is spare.
Time to help. I had to deal
Well,
with the
I
Enterprise. Man, that's a lot of enemy ships.
yeah, You get a nice mix of them all in this battle.
Now we're back after the Enterprise again.
All ships hold. There are too many of them.
And there's a good look at the enemy fleet.
What's wrong? I thought you wanted
Too many of them. Just too many of them.
Enough, Rita. Our battle is at Procyon 5, not here. All ships, set course.
And that Krenim vessel, I believe, is one that you can get in a lockbox and fly.
You can, yeah. It's a Krenim dreadnought.
Sorry we didn't get here sooner. I'm sorry. He was a good man. The war was taking a heavy toll on him. Yes, he was a crucial figure in the battle, at the heart of it every time, barely surviving in some cases. And now...
Okay, and they talk about the next mission there, which is like the big finale to this story arc. So there's your introduction to the Temporal Liberation Front. Now there is one more group of enemies that we got a glimpse of in that mission, but we didn't actually get to see or see in action. So we are going to pick up one more mission here, and it's not that one. So this next one is in the yesterday's war arc. It is called Terminal Expanse, and we're hoping this features our missing member here. Did it kick us out of a party? Do I need to re-invite you?
I'm still in group.
Okay. Alright, so here we go. Terminal Expanse.
Hey, it even said, hey, someone's starting the mission. Click OK.
There you go.
I prefer when they do that, so that way I know we're in a group together.
Okay, so we're...
2387, yes. An incident
Oh, and look,
created a
Daniel's is back.
quantum rift in our universe and this
Spoiler alert.
Yes. I'm reading multiple. In our time, this sphere isn't active yet. We need to neutralize it before the builders can create an expanse.
Stop, come on. This is the USS Yorktown. I do hope.
So here, right at the start, we're actually battling some Klingons. These guys are not officially part of the Liberation Group, or Liberation Front. They're pawns of this last member group.
Pawns.
Yeah, if you can imagine Klingons being anyone's pawns.
Unidentified vessels.
And we have 0718, which, you know. Sure, let's just say yes.
Yeah, we highlighted 0718 back when we did our voice actors, guest stars.
Might have been this mission. I can't remember.
Over here.
Might have been.
I mean, we were definitely on this ship.
Greetings.
Well, it is Yorktown. I mean, you know, it's the Enterprise's sister ship.
Not so.
Thank you.
There's the one, and the two.
A 1, and a 2, and a... Oh.
And we gotta put out fires.
Putting out these fires.
Who needs to put fires out?
Oh, they really got hit hard, didn't they?
Over here. All right. Glad
Use the starboard
Admiral
console.
Garrett.
Together we can triangulate our scanners.
Got it.
Admiral Garrett.
So I'll leave that to the engineer. And then we talk to him, and there we
I'll stay
go.
on the Yorktown to
And we beam down. Oh, look, we're inside a sphere. Again, here, these are Klingons. These are Kelvin Timeline Klingons, which are not available to play in-game.
Darn those Kelvin Timeline Klingons.
But you can get the Kelvin Timeline ships, which is a little weird.
So while he's fighting, I'm going to start setting explosives because that's what I do.
Receiving data. I had no idea the sphere builder was...
Yeah, I need to work on my ground combat skills on this character too. She's a little squishy. Okay, and there's the Tuterian. And she's gone.
I was...
This data.
So we first see the Tuterians in Enterprise, where they are called the Sphere Builders. Get over there. In STO, they fleshed out those characters a little bit further, kind of like STO likes to do. We learn a little bit more about their back history. Now, that's only a soft canon. It's canon until something in one of the shows counteracts it.
It's canon until it's not.
Right? But still, it's kind of an interesting story, fun, and it was good to see these extra-dimensional beings again.
The resistance has been disruptive to our progress.
Still hoping we'll get a chance to fight their ships here. I think their ships show up in this at the end here. Now we talk to one of them.
Something is happening.
Oh, and we got more Klingons. There's a lot of people that really want them to add this in, like they did with the Klingons from Discovery, where it's an optional, like, sub-race. So maybe we'll get that one of these days. Maybe if there really is another movie that comes out, which I guess they're talking about, so that'll be fun.
I have finished working on the sphere network. Prepare the final charge for detonation.
Oh, we lost somebody again.
Final charge deployed. We can.
The latest data is local.
And we're
Corresponds to
moving.
this universe's quantum signature.
We'll beam up the body and take care of him in sickbay.
There we go. Sounds like a plan. Because they do that in Star Trek a lot.
Sphere builder ships inbound.
Okay, good. So here's the Sphere Builders. These guys love feedback pulse. They love using gravity well. They have temporal abilities. Now these are different than the net pool. These temporal abilities are more for attacks and affecting enemies, making you slower, making you turn your turn rate worse.
You okay over there?
They got me. I'm back though. We can play temporal.
Go figure, sphere builders have spherical aspects to their ship.
Well, they are, they're called the Sphere Builders for a reason. We got big ships. Big ships. And we win. Oh, and they use Delphic Antiproton Weapons, so that's a special type of antiproton weapon that is only equipped on Sphere Builder ships. I don't know, can we get the Delphic Antiproton Weapons in-game?
I think we can. I can do a quick search. Okay.
Nice work over there.
It was rough for a moment, but you both...
What the?
They can be obtained from special equipment packs, Delphic, and
I'll
type
see you back on the ship.
proton weapons, which come from the Sphere Builder lockbox, or the Infinity lockbox
I
now.
believe that wound
There you go.
to a temporal
That
shift.
makes sense.
Something has happened elsewhere.
So, yeah. I thought I remembered seeing them in game. It's just I couldn't remember how. You know.
I think they kind of have a purple. Most antiproton weapons are red. I believe the Delphic ones are more of a purple. Don't quote me on that, though. They're either reddish or purplish. One of those two.
Operate in our dimension is extremely limited for now.
I know the Herald antiprotons are purple, so maybe I'm thinking of the wrong color. But yeah, Delphic.
There is a chart. That's the whole point of that chart.
Been busy since our last meeting.
I mean, I think I might be able to still throw that up.
Builders to our list of known TLF associates.
Oh yeah, you did that a couple weeks ago, didn't you?
Some time ago,
I
there was a temporal.
well, did I keep it? Where is it? Is this it?
And then I'm going to salvage stuff.
Oh wait, the file might not be there anymore, thanks to my
that's true,
issue.
We had that glitch.
Well, no, I was thinking my computer thought it was helpful.
It was helpful, just not in the right way.
But yeah.
All right, so the thing with the sphere builders there is in STO, and again, spoiler alert, but in STO, they were a race of people called the Tuterians who were helping us fight the Iconians. Towards the end of the Iconian War, the Alliance plays around a little bit with Krenim technology and affecting timelines and stuff like that. And inadvertently, the Tuterians are wiped out of existence. Just before it happens, though, they remove themselves from our space-time, which protects small numbers of their race. But if they ever come back to our space, the timeline will automatically correct the mistake and erase them. Yeah, it's kind of a messy thing, but I like the symmetry with it. I like how it flows very well with what we saw on Enterprise, and just how things, come full circle. STO's very good at that.
Though it does also leave a way that if they need to bring them back or want to bring them back, they technically could, through technology and such, maybe find a way that they won't get erased from existence if they return. Well,
and that's the great thing about STO, and especially with the temporal stories now, and we have time traveling ships and so on and so forth. We could, if they want to reintroduce the Tuterians into canon in one of the upcoming shows, like in Picard or Discovery, they could certainly do that. And then STO may come up with a mission that would explain it. Like maybe we go back and bring them back into the current time somehow. And that's, we can do things like that because it's a video game and, fun stuff.
Fun stuff.
And it would give, another mission for players to run and whatnot, which would be really cool. I'm personally still hoping we see Carl in game, though.
Hey, Carl.
I want a revival of the Guardian of Forever missions that they removed.
Yeah, could be interesting. But, sometimes, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just don't know why sometimes they move some missions out of the game completely or into the hidden world of missions where you have to go into available to find them.
Yeah, like we highlighted last week, which we're going to do that again too. But all right, guys. So I think that's going to be it for today. We might end a little earlier than usual. Next week, we are going to take some time and highlight the TFOs for the new event, Tholian Trouble. So we'll try to run both Azure Rescue and Vault Ensnared, and get some practice in with those. If that doesn't take up the whole hour, which sometimes those go really fast, so it may not, we're going to talk a little bit about the Admiralty system and duty officer commendations. So next week, Tholian Trouble, and then Admiralty and duty officers. As always, see you. Before I finish that line of thought, don't forget, if you're listening and you want to join us in game, we'll be starting our in-game event here shortly. So hit me up in game. That would be at the little @ Nikodas, Nikodas, or at real REAL Gribog, GREBOG. So we'll sit around for a few minutes. If nobody shows up, though, I might just log out. So come join us. Come have fun. Run some TFOs. Get those marks. And yes.
Go. I was like, we'll probably do a red alert, knowing, why not?
Oh, we could do a red alert. That's true. So see you guys out there. Hopefully here in a few minutes.
Live long and prosper.